Welcome, Pisces, to your November 26th through the 30th reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Hope those of you in the United States had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I was taking a little bit of time out with my family, so hope you did as well and had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Okay. I do have the Emperor upside down, talking about someone being controlling and domineering at this time. It also feels like they may even have a little lack of discipline within what is being said, so it's kind of interesting. It sounds like I want to control the situation, but someone is actually lacking some discipline. I'm believing that someone is lacking discipline. Let's see. Definitely being stubborn for sure. You might even feel that they're a little reckless about what they're saying, how they're doing things. That could be that lack of discipline as well. Okay, let's see what's going on there. The Lovers upside down was talking about imbalance and disharmony. I'm not feeling like love is being aligned the way you want it to be aligned at this time. Fear that the commitment may be over. This may not, be working the way I want it to work. Let's see. Trying to keep the self-love alive. Yet, once again, there's that disharmony. You may even feel that this is a soulmate connection that has turned pretty karmic in its own way. And feeling like there's a lot of tension, a lot of broken commitments, a lot of broken communication. It just may have ended up a karmic relationship through soulmates. And not feeling like it's really coming back to the nurturing where you would really like it to be. Feeling like, I am trying to nurture them. I am trying to be practical about the situation. Might even be trying to work as parents together, but it just feels dysfunctional. So there's definitely some dysfunction going on within the love relationship or the household. Take it how it resonates. It does feel like there is a lost opportunity that where you were trying to plan, it could have been, we were working out really good, and then all of a sudden it just fell apart again. There could just be no real connection going on. The communication just might always be kind of the sleight of hand, guys. Right? It's like I try to say something and then it becomes miscommunication. So it does feel like whatever is happening, it's just kind of like mixed messages, missed chances, lost opportunities within the relationship. Now it just feels like it's where it might have been going forwards. It feels like it's going really bad backwards. Lack of faith within the situation and despair. We have the star in the middle of the area, as you're going to notice in a second, which is saying I'm having lack of faith that this is going to work. Insecurities could be a huge issue, whether it's on their side, your side, maybe even together. But the disconnection really starts with trust as well. So it does feel like there is a lot of trust issues going on within the situation. So it's very discouraging. And I do feel this discouragement going on. A lot of conflicts and disagreements continuing to take place. It's almost like we can't even get on the same page. And then it does feel like once you do end up on the same page, they want to do something to make it feel like maybe they're winning. Could have a bully situation here because this is talking about bullies. So almost to the point where it's like, but I don't want to be on the same page with you. Almost like they want to take themselves off of that. There could even be some sneaky behavior going on behind your back that you know of that is causing all of this, feeling like you are in some kind of competition. Take that how it resonates, my friends. Trying to keep your compassion alive. Here's your card coming out as the beautiful Pisces saying, I'm trying to keep myself balanced around the end of the month. I want to try to keep, as much balance as possible, but we do know that this is a painful ending, and it does feel like everything is collapsing around you. You might feel like this is the complete failure of the relationship and there's no salvaging it, and that's because of the lack of faith. And like I said, as being the major arcana of the whole reading, is really showing that. And there doesn't look like there is any second chances, and aware that there's no second chances. And maybe, Pisces, you don't want to give any more second chances. Maybe you're done, right? Maybe they make you feel like you're in some kind of punishment mode, or there's some kind of self-destructive behavior from them, and it just feels like no matter what, they put you kind of in this self-doubt area, in which, okay, there's a lot of no trust here. So you might just feel like there's just not enough trust within the relationship to even continue to want to go forward or even try to salvage the situation. And if they definitely don't want to be on the same page with you guys, then you know that there's going to be some kind of new beginning that you're going to have to step out of the box. Because it's almost like you're challenging yourself to step away, and they're kind of like challenging your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Maybe they got a firm grip as well. Okay, let's clarify on the Lovers over here. Shattered dreams. Oh my God, this reading is horrifying, guys. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Feeling like you have the broken family there, because that family with the children thing again as well. Struggling within the relationship, knowing that there is all this misaligned values, misaligned guidelines. The family cannot live together. We as boyfriend and girlfriend cannot get on the same page. Take it how it resonates. Like I always say, right? Trying to manifest as much as you can, but just knowing that now the desire of what you were manifesting is just not coming true. There is some financial opportunities, though, that are still kind of coming towards you. And it almost feels like that's where you're going to want to, kind of develop and feel more ambition towards, is the financial side of the business, or just taking care of the children or something like that as well, because I see that sitting next to the Queen of Pentacles. But definitely feeling like right now I'm just going to worry kind of more about my finances, because this is done. There's nothing more I can do about the situation. So showing the movement and progress, where you can take that direction for financial opportunities, since there's so much going on within the relationship area. It's just not, what am I going to focus on, guys, right? Where's going to be my dedication? Look, if my relationship isn't going right, maybe I have a dream job that I need to go over. It's almost like I'm tested in this arena of love, but yet I can still step out and find that the area of life, of job, and still feel the value of work. So that's a very good thing. Deception, manipulation. I do feel like there is a lot of manipulation, but we'll see that right there with the Emperor upside down, right, guys? So, I mean, that right there is just the telltale sign of the over-domineering. You might even feel like you're dealing with a narcissist for some of you. It's all about them. They have to control everything. Nothing I can say is good. Maybe they put you down a lot. Wow. Very, very hard. Almost like right as soon as you get your happiness and everything's starting to come up, they have to kind of haphazard the actions of you or the relationship. No matter, it's almost like we start to giggle, we start to laugh, and then they want to pull back, and then they want to take control of the situation, where it just becomes about them. And then you kind of go back to them. I mean, this is kind of the all talk, no action card. So you could say, okay, as soon as there was starting to be action, you pull back from the situation. They pull back from the situation, and then want to have the conflict again. So the only thing that's really showing in the middle here is the speedy, rapid action, the movement, the wanting now the change. I think you guys are kind of waking up to the situation, because we see it down here where it's kind of like, you know what, I think I'm ready. I think I'm done with the challenge. I think I'm done with the conflict. I see that I have other financial commitments that I can work towards. You know, I have other family members that I can love and deal with, but I just don't want to deal with this. This relationship is over. So no more trying one more time. It's almost like one more time leads to another time, to another time, to another time, and it doesn't change. And it does feel like there was a fear of change. There was a fear of loss at the time. So you guys did try to make it work. You guys were trying. Maybe, and one was doing more so than other. But now that it's just avoiding the change. Now it's avoiding the, you know, everything else, because now it's come to the conclusion that, you know what, I don't fear it anymore. The more I think I want something, the more I'm realizing it's not working. So where you had the fear of the loss and the change, you're slowly getting out of that as you're, you know, deeply looking at other things, finding that the disagreements, oh my gosh, I'm just going to put that right there. The possessiveness is what's really going on over here, right? It's almost to the point where it's like if you're standing, they're going to tell you to sit, you know, what are you doing standing? Sit down. And you sit down and they're like, what the hell are you doing sitting down? Get up and do something. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You told me to sit down. So it almost feels like there's this thing where they have to be so bossy about the situation, so controlling, that it's almost like, you know, they tell you how to eat, how to dress, what is good, what is not. So I think it's just coming to the point to where you're kind of, it's becoming so stagnant, my friends, that you're putting yourself into a self-protection mode, and there's just no reason to do so. So you're trying to get yourself emotionally balanced over here, because you realize that that you've had the lack of the long-term vision. The lack of the long-term vision is there is no more planting seeds. You're having the understanding of where success and reward can be done, and it's not here. It can be everywhere else, it feels like, but not to this person. And it really is, and it's becoming more of a distraction. And you don't need any more distractions. So coming clean about the situation and rethinking your approach as you're really, you know, getting through the deep wounds that this person is putting you through, and maybe you guys are doing it to even each other. If it's some kind of karmic soulmate relationship, a lot of times we do it to each other. Not always though. But the keeping secrets, what is the problem? But rethinking the approach of how you're going to tell them, pretty much, you know what, I'm moving on. There it is. I need to find the peace for myself. Finding the self-forgiveness for yourself for allowing this person to do this to you. Finding the forgiveness for the whole, you know, just the whole enchilada in itself. The whole relationship of everything. Whether you did something, they did something, how you allowed them to affect you. Just really finding the acceptance and finding the inner peace. And any personal setbacks that it may have caused for you, family, however. But it's definitely talking about you finding the acceptance now to move on away from this relationship. No longer living in the past. There's the forgiveness again. You know what? There was a lack of playfulness. It was almost like I'm trying to play with you, but you did not want to do so. So this is talking about finding your independence and really leaving home, leaving the relationship. Take that how it is. But really no longer living in this past of, you know, what if, could have, should have, I could have, and I would have, you know, and really trying to find your Ten of Pentacles, finding that, you know what, there is financial security that I can have, there is other contributions, other successes, trying to maybe even try to, you know, hold on tight to the family that you do have without this person, you know, getting passionate about other things. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of anger to the situation and frustration to the situation no matter what. So definitely going to feel very overwhelmed about the situation, that's for sure. but going to keep yourself focused on other areas, my friends, so that way you can feel like you're diligently putting your attention and your energy somewhere that's useful, finding the passion in other things, keeping yourself on higher standards. You know, I just don't want you to so block, because we're talking about creative block as well. I don't want you to so block something that hurts. You know, make sure that you guys are trying to get through the healing process. But I think most of the block right now is just really going to be trying to block out them. But I just, you know, don't allow yourself to get so blocked up. It's going to take some time, of course, to heal. There definitely is going to be some smugness out of this person. I'm sorry, this is their card. The smugness and the dissatisfaction of your choice to leave the relationship is really going to really be their biggest demand. Look, they're going to lose the control over you, you guys. They lose the control of what they have over you. They lose. You both lost. But they feel like they lost. Or remember, the reason they wanted control and all this stuff to begin with is so they always feel like they're in control. They win. Breaking the strings and breaking the attaches are tied, because no matter what, they're going to try to use this smugness to keep those strings attached to you, because this is the power and the domination that they really want, guys. This is the power. This is the domination. I'm going to be smug to you. I'm still going to try to hold this. Even though you're gone, I'm still going to call. I'm still going to text. I'm still going to try to keep those strings attached. Where you think you cut them, I'm going to tie them together. And this is for power and domination. This is for them to feel like they win. You just made them, when you walk away, my friends, you made them lose. Most of these people are narcissists. I'm just going to tell you right now, your person's a narcissist. They feel like they have to win. And if they don't feel like they're winning, they're going to attack you to make sure that they still feel like they're winning. If they see you happy, smiling, doing something that they didn't have control of over doing, they feel they lost. They don't lose. So yeah, there's the brutality. Well, I wonder if we can use that word, because you know we can't use the AB word. But I wonder if we can use that, because that's really what it was to begin with, right? Brutality. ABing. Mental, emotional, physical, maybe. Keeping you under their locks and keys. Being the master of reality. But you're going to have this rethinking and this inner clarity to where you have been so maybe clouded in judgment for the longest time, trying to keep this love going. Do you see that? Clouded in judgment, trying to keep this. I'm sorry, it goes this way. Trying to keep this love going, trying to keep this household going, trying to keep this marriage going, this relationship going. That has clouded your own, your own higher intuition, clouded your judgment. No clear thinking about the situation. You know, when you give all. It wasn't just something I didn't want to give. I gave you everything, right? And you disrespected me. Wow. And you could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius. So make sure that you put yourself first. And I know for a lot of you, you could have been like, the only reason we were doing it was for the children. Because I did see children over here for a lot of you. Trying to make things work for the children. Wanting the happy Four of Wands. Wanting the happy, household. Wanting to do this, but it just becomes so disorganized and so, chaotic. It's almost to the point where it's not even good struggling in a relationship that much, especially if you have children, right? Because now they're kind of forced to have to be in the middle of it. And that's it right there too. They could even have emotional insecurities or immaturity. That's a thing too. That's instead of, actually that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy because they could be either narcissists or emotionally immature, which is actually a diagnosis. I mean, they have so many insecurities, they don't know how to, it's pretty much just very light narcissism. They need to grow up. That's where the immaturity is. And the immaturity of the emotional immaturity also is not fully understanding a love situation. Immature in love. Feeling like they have to rule everybody like their dog. You're not their dog. And that's a lot of what emotional immaturity is the ownership. I own you. So that can be a huge one. But the good thing about the situation is that new ideas and all the creative blocks and all the blocks that you were going through will start, opening up as soon as that fog kind of goes away and your intuition really starts, playing its part and everything becomes super clear. But we see that already happening. We already see that happening between right here, right? And I'm going to say it's going to be somewhere within the next couple of days, and maybe it's already happening right now. Who knows? Maybe it's happening through this reading, right? It's just, it's a speedy, rapid action where it's all of a sudden like, you know what? You're right. I'm done with it. They're destroying me, or I'm destroying them, or we're destroying each other. However it is, it's wrecked, it's ruined, it's done. Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.